The lizard man of Scapel Swamp is one of the most well-known cryptids. People who've encountered it describe it as a reptilian humanoid, which inhabits areas of swampland in and around Lee County, South Carolina. It's also believed the creature lives in the sewers in towns near the swamp. Most of the witnesses describe the lizard man as being over 7 feet tall. The creature is said to have a large build, and is covered with scaly lizard-like skin on its hands, feet and face. It's said to have 3 toes on each foot and 3 fingers on each hand. The creature has an incredible degree of strength, more than capable of ripping into a car. In a few encounters, witnesses stated that the creature had a tail, although some have said they didn't see a tail when they encountered the lizard man. Over the years, people have come forward with their encounters. The first sighting of the creature was made by Christopher Davis, a 17-year-old local who said he encountered the creature while driving home from work at 2 AM. This happened on the 29th of June 1988. According to his account, Davis stopped on a road bordering Scapel Swamp in order to change a tyre which had blown out. When he was finishing up, he reported having heard a thumping sound from behind him, and having turned around to see the creature running towards him. Davis said the creature tried to grab at the car, and then jumped on the roof as he tried to escape. The creature clinged on as Davis swerved from side to side in an effort to throw it off. After he returned home, Davis' side view mirror was found to be damaged, and scratch marks were found on the car's roof, though there was no other physical evidence of the encounter. Prior to Christopher Davis coming forward to report his encounter, the Lee County Sheriff's Office was called to the scene of a strange instance of vehicle damage. On the morning of the 14th of July 1988, deputies made their way to the residence, which was located in a small rural community known as Browntown on the outskirts of Bishopville, South Carolina. When they arrived, homeowners Tom and Mary showed them the vehicle in question. Police found that the chrome molding had been torn away from the fenders. The side of the car was scratched and dented. The hood ornament was broken, the antenna was bent, and even some wires from the motor had been ripped out. Under closer inspection, it appeared that parts of the molding had actually been chewed, as if an animal had used its teeth to inflict the damage. To further support the animal theory, the couple pointed out clumps of reddish-coloured hair and muddy footprints that had been left all over the car. While Sheriff Truesdale was investigating the car, locals informed him there might have been yet another more bizarre possibility. While they were looking over the situation, they learned that people in Brownstown community had been seeing a strange creature. This creature was described as being 7 feet tall and had red eyes. Some of them described it as being green, but some of them as brown. They thought it might have been responsible for what happened to their car. 2 weeks after the Davis sighting, the Sheriff's Department made several plaster casts of what appeared to be 3-toe footprints. Some of these measured 14 inches in length, but it was decided against sending them to the FBI for further analysis. This was after biologists advised them they were unclassifiable. According to South Carolina Marine Resources Department spokesman Johnny Evans, the tracks neither matched nor could be mistaken for the footprints of any recorded animal. Evans also dismissed the possibility they could have been made by some form of mutated creature. The sightings attracted tourists interested in seeing the creature, and hunters interested in tracking it. The nearby radio station WCOS offered a $1 million reward to anyone who could capture the creature alive. However, reports of the creature began to decline at the end of the summer, with the last credible sighting of the year being reported in July. In 2006, a lady called Mary had an encounter with a large humanoid creature. She said the following: "While running in Lee County, I encountered something bizarre. I have always gone for late night runs. During this particular run, I encountered a large humanoid. Before this though, I'd run further from my house than normal. I would normally run a mile, but on this occasion I'd run for nearly 4 miles. I was very tired but felt motivated to keep going. As I was coming to a stop, this is when the encounter happened. I noticed what looked like a tall man in the woods. Where I run is close to a woodland, and at night it can be creepy. As it was late, I was weary and tried to keep running. However, as I looked at this person, I noticed they didn't look like a normal human. The only way I can describe it is it appeared to have scales over its body. Everything was much bigger on this creature. Its chest, arms and legs were really bulky. I couldn't work out what this thing was, so I tried to take a photograph as no one would believe me. However, when I tried to get my phone out, this creature clocked me and started making strange noises. It sounded a little bit like a lion roar. This sound echoed through the forest and really creeped me out. As soon as this happened, I had a burst of adrenaline and ran off. I had no idea what I'd witnessed that night. I've told many people about this story, and some have said they've seen strange things in the woods as well. Many of my friends and family have to drive past it to get to work. One of my friends said they saw what appeared to be a Bigfoot, but this creature had no fur. My friend said that this creature had glowing red eyes. It was about to run out into the road before turning back into the forest. None of us have any idea of what these creatures could be. Since this encounter, I don't run that way anymore. I think that if I stayed any longer, something could have happened. I'm still looking for answers for what I witnessed that night. Another person had this to say. I didn't experience this, but it was told to me by a close friend. She wishes to remain anonymous. I've been told many stories, but this one was by far the weirdest. My friend told me that she was driving her car when she realised something was in the road. She slowed her car down to take a look. Thinking that it was someone injured, she decided to pull over. As she approached, however, she could see that the thing on the ground was a large humanoid. This humanoid was big and easily over 6 feet. As she approached, she had a sense of panic and ran back into her car. She stayed in her car for over 10 minutes and watched this creature. Mesmerised by it, she didn't have a clue what it was. She noticed that her door wasn't closed, so reopened it, then shut it again. As the door closed, it made a loud noise and the creature jumped up. As it did, it started to walk towards the car. She placed the car in reverse and got out of there as quickly as she could. My friend detailed the creature as being tall and bulky and also possessing yellow and reddish eyes. The creature was also described as looking slimy. She thought the creature may have been hit by a car and the driver left the scene. This is because when it stood up, it looked to be in a daze. After doing some research, she has come to the conclusion the creature in question was the lizard man. After asking around online, other people have said they've seen something similar. This happened a few years back and there was a wave of sightings in the South Carolina area. These people detailed the same creature and had a similar encounter. A man named Mark said he saw the creature on the side of the road, and when he slowed down it chased after the car. He got away, but once again he had no idea what he was seeing. He described it as being 7 feet tall and having large claws. Most of the encounters describe a large creature that doesn't like humans. In most cases, it scares away humans and tries to attack them. Some have put forward the theory that it's a prank, and what people are actually witnessing is someone dressed up. Some have also questioned that if this thing was real, it would have to have a stable population, and there haven't been that many sightings. Another theory is that this creature is a genetic hybrid, and was created by mad scientists. It's tough to misidentify this creature though, as the lizard man doesn't match any known animals. Some have suggested people are seeing deers or other mammals, but most agree the two don't match up. One of the problems is no one has been able to take a clear picture of this hybrid, so many have questioned whether it actually exists. It seems that over the last few years, sightings and encounters of the creature have slowed down. However, there are those that believe the lizard man is very much real. In all of the encounters, eyewitnesses describe the creature as being very large, so many have questioned how the lizard man has gone undetected for many years. The Lee County Sheriff Department has not received any official reports regarding recent sightings of the lizard man. Some have even put forward the theory that the lizard man was created, so it would put Lee County and Bishopsville on the map. So what do you guys make of the lizard man? And do you think it exists? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.